Well, Mercury retrograde is in full freaking swing. So my videos keep getting deleted. Let's do this last one, and if it doesn't make it, then I'm just not meant to post today. So the 3 signs that I got were Gemini, Aries, and Leo that I needed to give messages to today. Father God, Holy Spirit, thank you for another day not promised. Please help me to connect with my Gemini, Aries, and Leo collective. I got that Tina Turner song stuck in my head. What's love got to do with it? Okay. With this King of Swords energy, you could be feeling some anger towards someone, towards someone who's single and independent. Maybe this is someone you feel like they were unfair to you. They were very greedy in the way that they made decisions. With the moon here, your thoughts are on the system. Your thoughts are on where to go from here. Maybe you're looking back you're looking back at the relationship about how the give and take was. With the world reversed and the sun reversed, you don't feel like there's closure or the cycle is complete. You want to be in a very honest energy, but I feel like there's some anger bubbling to the surface. It's like you're trying to look very independent. You're trying to look like you're no bullshit. But with you're struggling to make choices here and to actually socialize with the right people. Because with the 3 of Cups and the Devil next to it, this is telling me that you don't have the best influences around you. And you know exactly who you want to influence you, but I don't think you're willing to speak that. There's a very stubborn energy in this reading. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. With the High Priestess and the 2 of Cups reversed and the 5 of Swords, you're willing to win at all costs. You want the death of this relationship, or you want the death of this partnership, but the problem is that you still haven't found forgiveness in yourself and the other person. And until that happens, you're going to constantly be running into lessons that echo the same lesson you're trying to get out of. And the only way to get out of it is to actually find forgiveness and heal from it. It's like you're unable to let go of the betrayal, of the backstabbing. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like goodness is waiting for you on the other side. You just have to let down a little bit of that pride and ego. Temperance reverse, there you go. There's a lot of anxiety with the 9 of Swords. A lot of anxiety, sleepless nights possibly, wondering what to do. With the Temperance in reverse, this is talking about extremes. This is talking about really thinking about intensely wanting to communicate with this person, wanting to work together with this person, but almost being like there's a fear of the other side or what this looks like or what communing together will look like. But in reality, with the 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles underneath it, and the 9 of Wands, you're guarded against it. You could be guarded against this relationship evolving to a next step, because that would mean that you would have to find forgiveness. And the thing is that you're looking for peace, and the only way that you can find peace is to resolve this issue in your head, resolve this anger, resolve these emotions that you're holding on to that aren't necessary. It's like I keep hearing the only way out is through. The only way out is through. And with the Hanged Man reverse, what are you waiting on? With the Hanged Man reverse, I feel like this is you waiting for the other person, or waiting for a conversation from the other person. Or trying to hide the family disruption in some way, shape, or form. Hide the fact that that you're not okay. Hide the fact that you're emotional over this transition, that it's really difficult for you. They're saying that if you keep working yourself or overworking yourself, you're going to burn out. You are on the verge of burnout. You're questioning your choices and you're wanting to move forward into a new energy. And with the Lovers, Gemini, you're showing up. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it would be really difficult, and you would have lessons that would echo the lessons that you just came from, because you're not learning, because you're not finding closure, because you're not finding that forgiveness in your heart. The burdens will be lifted soon, but you have to be honest in your approach. You have to be honest about that anxiety, and you have to be honest about the fact that you're not okay, and that's okay. There is an opportunity on the horizon for you. And they want you to be in the best energy when this opportunity arrives. They want you to be able to let it grow and expand to exactly what it's meant to grow and expand to. But the problem is that you're in a very logical energy. You're not very much enmeshed with your heart right now. And in that logical energy, it's very hard to find. I'm also getting with the Ace of Pentacles, you're looking for somebody to grow with, somebody that's going to be in it for the long haul. And with Pentacles, that makes me think of abundance. So you're not messing around. You are wanting something, but at the same time, you keep coming up as these pages and these knights. And that's not the same energy. It's important for you to find that forgiveness, to find that peace, and find that closure, so that the next person that you're with doesn't have to carry all the baggage that you're choosing to carry around with you. These issues will echo into eternity until you decide to address them. And you're getting there, but there's a need to be vulnerable and open up your heart a little bit more through this scenario, to have trust that Spirit has your back, to trust that it's going to evolve to where it needs to evolve to. It's going to evolve to your highest good. And I know that's really hard to hear right now, but I feel like I'm talking to somebody who definitely is going through an ego death. And when I say ego death, I just mean ego is the way that we present ourselves, or the way that we want to be seen in the world. And sometimes when we go through relationship situations or scenarios that could be embarrassing or perceived as embarrassing to other people, it's really hard for us to be vulnerable and for us to say, yeah, that didn't work out, and you know, I'm gonna have to do something else, but at least I tried. Because with that compassion and with that forgiveness also comes faith in yourself, and an understanding that you have your own back throughout all of these scenarios, no matter what. And that's the most important thing to understand here, is that you have your own back, and it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to give the gift of vulnerability to the people around you who deserve it. Because I feel like it's very difficult for you to be vulnerable around people and to be honest about your heart and where you're at. And maybe you're still struggling to even be honest with yourself, but it's there. And if you're in a bunch of disharmony and you're not feeling focused and you're scattered in a million different places, I would definitely recommend trying this approach, because I feel like this is just going to be a lesson that you're going to keep learning. All right, let's do some guidance cards for each sign. Sorry if that's loud. All right. Leo, Aries, Gemini. Okay. Leo, your card is the ever-unfolding rose, cracked open. I always have trouble finding the actual guidances in here. Okay, where are you? First one out. Okay. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as much as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at this moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing, to open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not to you. And one day in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not all be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. Okay. Aries, Unbound, in reverse. It is time, this is for you, Aries. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. Gemini, Imara, in the reverse. Okay, 98. The Celtic word Amrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or you are already on one. It could be a physical, ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is a journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. Okay, my loves, that is all for today. Until next time, bye.